A quick disclaimer before we start. This game I'm showing you off is purely fan-made. It was merely just a little thing I made for fun and is not intended to generate profit in any way, and I don't even post it anymore. So I have no means to offend any of the rights holders of the material used in it sometimes. It's mainly, again, it is all text-based and doesn't even use any images. Stuff like Gundam is property of its respective owners, so please don't start throwing cease and desist threats at me, okay? Please? Okay. So then, let's, sorry, this wasn't scripted. We're going to take a quick brief break from video games for a second and talk about tabletop games. You know what? There's something I've really loved for a long time, and that's Gundams and other various mecha, and I thought, oh gee, it would be awesome if there was an awesome Gundam game that had like every single unit ever, as well as like other mecha series and like one big super mecha RPG. And well, I decided to make a tabletop RPG rule system and put Gundams in that. Yeah, I just did that. It's not a very good system, as we're probably going to find out, but I thought I'd just share it with you all and get some feedback on how to possibly improve it, and potentially use it to develop an original game system eventually. So yeah, what you're looking at right now is like a battle map I set up. This is in GIMP, using the grid system. This is an XCF file, so I can still move all these around by selecting the layers and then selecting the layer button like this. And there's McAfee interfering when I told it not to scan anything. Freaking piece of shit. So anyway, about that. So yeah, this is part of a little battle map I made. This is reenacting the last mission in Gundam Seed, with the red units representing Zaft and the yellow units representing the Earth Alliance, and the blue units representing the third Three Ships Alliance, along with the player units. Each unit has several units in it, and then when they come in contact with each other, they enter a battle, and the losers get destroyed. Now we look at the documents. Here's my character sheet, my main characters and stuff. It shows their character stats, like when they're in on foot battles. Again, I don't own most of this stuff. And here's their mecha unit. This one's from Gundam 00, the Zhao Xiao. And what they're equipped with and their current weapons and such. This battle shows the status of the current battle I'm in. Right now it's Player Group A versus Earth Alliance Group I. It has the turn order, the current health, energy, ammo, and weapon ammo of all the units on site. Right now we have like Dirka and the Buster Gundam, and Jury and M1 Astray, and Maru Ramius and the Archangel. I know that's not the canonical group they used, but for this operation, I allow the player to like mix their units up. And here are the enemies. We're fighting just a generic Nelson class because we killed most of the Earth Alliance Gundams already. And it's Strike Dagger escorts. These are their accuracy, evasion, and defense, otherwise known as armor ratings. We'll get more onto that later. Here's a bunch of the character groups. Here's a mission I was doing before a long time ago, but I've canceled that. And right now here's the actual battle operation. It shows the statistics for each of the guest units and the enemy units, as well as how many spaces they can move. If we scroll down a bit further, here's an allied unit. This is Yazark. He's an independent unit. The units you don't control have like their own priorities, so for example, this group, which has the Dominion in it, would move towards the group that has the Archangel class. And if the Archangel was somehow destroyed, it would move towards a Zaft group instead, or the nearest player group, whichever was closer. And we have their usual stuff. The frame is the HP, the power is their melee strength. For ships, that's just their ramming power. Force is the power of their ranged weapons. Accuracy is the likelihood of striking it. We'll get more onto that later, how that works later. Evasion, the likelihood of dodging. Agility, this determines their turn order. Armor, how much damage is reduced. Energy, for like energy weapons and special abilities. and ammo for like conventional weapons like missiles. And this is mecha capacity, which shows how many mecha units can dock inside the ship to receive repairs at one time, and can also hold reserve units when the player has them. So that's that. Anyway, here's the basic rules. We have the pilot skills and stuff. So anyway, main reason I wanted to make this video is because I wanted to get some input on how the battles go. Because I feel it's a bit rigid and takes a long time. Like a lot of these tabletop RPGs, it's dependent on dice rolls and stuff. So let's do an example. Right now it's this guy's turn, one of my character's turns. Sorry. So it's his turn, and we're going to attack the Nelson class. Let's look at our character sheet to check on his amount. The statistics of his mecha. It has an accuracy of 8, but his awareness skill gives it an additional, adds to that, and it's a 3, so that gives it a max accuracy of 11. So we are going to attack the Nelson class, and the Nelson class has an evasion score of 6. Now normally that wouldn't miss, but in this game, the target, the one who has either the lowest evasion or the lowest accuracy, if, for example, if he had higher evasion, I would roll for an accuracy bonus, but if mine is higher than his, he rolls for a evasion bonus. If they're equal, we just flip a coin. So now we go here. There's this nice little dice roller on Google we can use. And we roll a d8. And whatever this is, it adds to his accuracy, his evasion score. Sorry, I'm confusing everyone. So 8 plus 6, that's way more than 11, so our attack misses him. And we take 1 tick off our smoothbore gun, because that's what we use to attack with. And so our turn is over, and now it's his turn. Now, for enemies, this is where things get a little complicated. We have to go to the rules section for this. Let's see, just gotta type in a keyword. When an enemy attacks, we have to roll a d8, and whenever that number rolls, it corresponds to one of these priorities. So let's roll it. It's a 6, so we go here. 6 is intercept. It targets the player with the lowest agility or stamina. And we have also with targets highest body frame, lowest body frame, counters, attacks the last person who attacked it, attacks the person who you healed, and agility and accuracy, stuff like that. This sometimes gets a little confusing, but that's how I work it. If you have suggestions on how to improve that you're more than welcome to leave a comment. So we go to battle. So he's attacking the one with the... Darn it, what is wrong with me? One with the lowest agility, and that would be Dirka. And he has an evasion of 6, and this has an accuracy of 9, so Dirka gets to roll an evasion bonus roll. So let's see what we get. He gets a 6. So that's a 12, and so he dodges successfully. And we also have to roll a die to determine what attack the enemy uses. This is also something. Each of the enemy stats shows how many attacks they have, and they're numbered. We roll a die corresponding to that number, or as close to that number as we can get. So let's go to the Nelson's statistics. They only have 3 attacks. One of them is a special attack that counts as like a magic attack that can be disabled by inflecting it with the jammer status effect. So we go to we're gonna roll one of these, since it's the closest we got to a 3-sided die. If it's a 4, we roll it again. And again. So it's a 2. So that means he uses missile launchers on Dirka, and those miss, so we're going to take 1 tick off its missile launcher ammo here. And it moves on to the next turn. And that's how the combat works. It does I will admit, though, it does get pretty slow. Especially when you keep missing and the battles drag out on and on and on. Jury here really doesn't have a very good accuracy rating. We'll try and have her hit the Nelson. Nelson's gonna roll another 8-sided die. It's a 7. And that likely means he gets... Yep, he misses, so Jury loses 1 shot from her beam rifle. So yeah, that's how the basic combat works. It's a bit of a drag. So if you know any ways to improve that, I'd appreciate to hear that. Also, this is something that happens on the map. When two NPC units attack each other, they have like a specific strength of their group. Like this group has a strength of 7. And so if it comes across a group that has less strength than it, the losing group would lose 10% of its max health, and it would continually add on and on the more the NPCs encounter each other. If they're equal, they both lose some frame. Yeah, it's a little neat system I made. Well, if I say so myself, other people may have different opinions. So yeah, and we can unlock new mecha by obtaining like a... This is how the battle operations work. I did have like a big open world mode planned, but I'm not sure if I'm going to continue doing that. I mainly just enjoy the battles themselves, actually. And you can craft new mecha by getting research points, which you can gain by picking up materials and stuff dropped by enemies, like osmium or titanium and stuff. Those can be broken down into different colored research points, and then you could invest those research points to unlock new mecha from various series. Again, I could adapt this into something original, especially since I have my own mecha designs, on paper at least. And once you unlock a mecha's blueprint, you can construct it using scrap, which is also collected from enemies and stuff. And of course there's like skills you can use, like lock security and stuff, and when you're exploring environments. Yeah, I'm sure you get the idea by now. I thought this video would go on a lot longer, but I pretty much explained the main issue I was having. So yeah, if you know how to make this a bit more smoother and easier to do, please give me some advice. I'd be more than happy to get that. So anyway, sorry for this little unusual video. I just wanted to get everyone's opinions. And again, this is not for profit or anything. It's just a silly... Or I'm not even posting it or anything. This is just a silly little thing I've been working on myself for fun. So, I'll see you guys when we play some more games. So, stay fun and make your own tabletop RPGs and stuff. Have fun.